welcome to this video tutorial by Mr. YoungDesigner.com, and today we're going to look at blending options. So let's get started. Alright, blending options. Use them all the time. Great feature. Bring that down. If you can see right here, this little F, that will bring up your blending options. I'm sorry, you go to F, and these are all your blending options: drop shadow, inner shadow, outer glow, inner glow, bevel and emboss, satin, color overlay, gradient overlay, pattern overlay, and stroke. And if you open it, it's going to just bring you to the blending options menu. This is for, I want to say, yeah, that's right. See, I want to say CS2, CS3. It's going to open this menu. If you're 7 and below, it's going to open, like, it's gonna show just a little bit different. It's not gonna. This is a new feature with the newer versions of Photoshop. But yeah, it's gonna. If for the most part, I'm pretty sure you have CS2 or CS3, so it's gonna open the blending option dialog box. So, all right, and these, if you look right here, everything that's checked is everything that is blended in, the options or whatever. So if I do a drop shadow, you can automatically see that, it previews a block shadow. You can set the preview to off if you like to. I really don't recommend it, but you can do that if you like. Just click this little check right here, and it doesn't preview it at all. But I just leave it on. Photoshop, by default, it's just gonna have a preview because it's gonna assume that you want a preview. So yeah. Um, Blending options. Basically, what this is, this is just a simple drop shadow. Opacity, of course, you can lower it, higher it. That's what that does. These are the colors and blending modes. You can have normal. For this is just for the drop shadow. Dissolve, darken, multiply. You can look at that stuff. Color, linear, stuff like that. So angle. This is the angle of the drop shadow. If I move it 76, a negative 18, negative 23, it's gonna just change its way in position, as you can see. I'm just gonna leave it at 90. Get back at 90. There it is. And the distance apart, the distance. Let me make this that way a little bit. The distance apart from the picture. How far you want the drop shadow to be? Do you want it, far away where it looks like the where it looks like the text is from the picture, or do you want it real close where it has just like kind of glowing effect? Basically, spread will make it thicker, and size will just increase the size of it. So that's all that does. Spread and size. And these right here, you can play with these. These just does different effects for the drop shadow, and as well as pretty much every other blending option that you have here. So you can play with that, and you can do whatever you want to it. This is the noise. It will give it that effect if you want noise. Anti-aliased. So, this is the inner shadow. You're not going to be able to see the inner shadow because this is a black picture, but it's just like the drop shadow, but it's going inside the picture. Here, let me show you. If I make this picture white, you'll definitely see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to do that real quick. Matter of fact, make a duplicate. Sorry, 1 second. My computer's kind of slow. There it is. Come up here. I make it white. There you go. So now you can see that the difference. This is the inner shadow where it looks like the picture is. You can have it where it looks like the picture is kind of like there's another picture inside the blending. Well, you can see the effect, so I can't really explain no more. That's just That's just an inner shadow is a shadow inside the picture, as opposed to an outer glow. A drop shadow is a shadow outside the picture, basically. Outer glow. Yeah, you'll be able to see this best if I change the background color. Let me do that. Outer glow. Outer glow is not hard at all, as you can see. Outer glow. Where we at? Where we at? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Outer glow, it is, you can change the color of outer glow to whatever you want. It can be green if you like. It can be blue if you like. Any color that you really wanting. If you can kind of tell. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you can kind of see it. There you go. So yeah, you can make it any color that you like. Yellow. It depends on what's the theme of your picture. What are you feeling? You're the designer, so you have to come up with, how you want your picture to look. So I'm just gonna keep it a simple white just to give it an example. Um, Again, we have the noise where you can set the noise. It gives it that little like dot looking effect, a whole bunch of dots. Opacity, you can lower it for where you can't see it at all, where you can barely see it, stuff like that. Photoshop automatically sets it to I think 70, so that's just like a recommended opacity level. So I'm just gonna keep it at 70. Um, this is just some different techniques. I guess it's what they call them. I don't even use this. I just keep it at softer. Spread again, it's the same thing. It makes the outer glow. It spreads it in size, and size makes it come out more, basically. Same thing with the quality. We got counter. You can play with these. It just, let me cancel that. It just does different effects with the outer glow. You can play with that. You can do, like I said, you're the designer, so you have to come up with what you want it to look like. But by default, it's going to be, was it that? I think it was that. Yeah. No, it wasn't that. It was this. By default, it's going to be this. Yeah. Range, more effects, and jitter. You can always just play with these. They all do different things. So okay. Inner glow. Same thing as an inner shadow. It just makes the glow go inside. I'm not going to even go into detail on that. It's basically the same thing as an inner shadow. You can't really see it because it's a white background. So yeah, that's an inner glow. Bevel and balls. It kind of pops the picture out a little bit. You can change the depth of it, size, how much you want it to pop out. You can make it smooth. You can make it real rough. You can make it real. You can do the placement of the angle. I'm sorry. Again, more effects that you can play with if you like, with the bevel and emboss. You can change the opacity of the shadowing. So that's what that is. Um, it's hard. It's different techniques. Again, I don't mess with none of these. I just keep it as smooth. Inner bevel, you can do an outer bevel where it bevels the outside of the picture instead of the inside. Emboss, it looks it's kind of like the outer bevel and the inner bevel. Pillow emboss and stroke emboss. So and again, I just leave it at outer bevel. I just leave it at inner bevel. So then we have contour. Sorry. You can change the range of the contour. It just makes it a little bit more sharp. You can change the effects of the contour. It's basically all that does. Just makes it a little bit sharper. And texture. Texture is just like if you want like a pattern to go inside your bevel and embell. Which again, I don't use this at all. But it depends on the theme of your picture and what you're looking for. So yeah, with that said. I rarely use beveling and balls. I do it on like special occasions.